wrestling fans? I'm Van Venom, and today we're going to talk about mysterious facts about the Phenom himself, The Undertaker.
Are you ready?
The Undertaker ranks as one of the most important players in WWE history, with a storied career beginning at 1990's Survivor Series and running all the way through 2017's WrestleMania. The Undertaker was built around mystery and intrigue, which makes it no surprise the WWE had tried to cover up some of the dead man's secrets to create a consistent image. Here are 12 things WWE doesn't want you to know about The Undertaker. But before that, if you're new to our channel, please remember to subscribe and put the notifications on so you won't miss any of our unbelievable videos. Number 12. The Undertaker had a career before the WWF. When people think of a franchise player, The Undertaker comes to mind. The dead man worked in the WWF long before icons such as Mick Foley, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And his career continued right up to current superstars such as Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, and Braun Strowman. However, before all this, Calloway spent several years in the territories, learning his trade in world-class championship wrestling and United States Wrestling Association, as well as National Promotion World Championship Wrestling, where WCW booker Ole Anderson reportedly told him he'd never get over. Calloway proved him wrong, achieving unbelievable success and longevity. Number 11. He was originally billed as Kane. While the WWE Universe associates the name Kane with The Undertaker's twisted brother, the dead man used the name Kane the Undertaker during his earliest days of his career. While he wasn't referred to as Kane the Undertaker at Survivor Series, he was referred to as Kane the Undertaker during several post-Survivor Series episodes of Superstars and Wrestling Challenge, according to historian Graham Cawthorne's History of the WWE website. Number 10. Paul Bearer wasn't his first manager. While fans often associate with The Undertaker's earliest days the ghoulish, pasty-faced Paul Bearer, aka Percy Pringle III prior to working in WWF, the reality is, the Phenom was originally managed by the WWF's resident wicked evangelist, Brother Love, better known to contemporary fans as Bruce Pritchard of the popular podcast Something to Wrestle With. However, after Survivor Series, Paul Bearer became Taker's manager, which, in hindsight, was a great move, as the two had an undeniable chemistry, particularly when Taker was portrayed as a man of few words and Paul Bearer did the talking in his trademark creepy voice. Number 9. The Undertaker has had some goofy nicknames. Undertaker has had some great nicknames such as the Phenom, the Dead Man, the American Badass, and Big Evil, more than enough for a superstar of his stature. For whatever reason, Jim Ross tried to slap the moniker Booger Red on Taker during his American Badass motorcycle era. Thankfully, the nickname didn't last, although it's surprising Jim Ross's life lasted after trying that nickname on the fearsome Calloway. Backstage, Undertaker's manager and friend Paul Bearer nicknamed him Wendy, after the famous hamburger chain's female mascot, something we imagine no one outside of Taker's circle of friends called him. Number 8. The Undertaker hasn't appeared at every WrestleMania. The Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania became the stuff of legend, as fans speculated whether The Undertaker would ever lose at WrestleMania. Although legend has it that WWF was going to have him lose to King Kong Bundy at WrestleMania 11 by countout in order to build up their program. What WWE would like fans to forget is that Taker did not work at every WrestleMania during his career. He actually missed 2 due to injuries, WrestleMania 10 and WrestleMania 2000. Number 7. The Undertaker won a WrestleMania bout by disqualification. Another part of the streak that is unusual is The Undertaker's disqualification win over Giant Gonzalez at WrestleMania 9. The Undertaker amassed an amazing 21-0 record at WrestleMania before his loss to Brock Lesnar, all of them pinfalls, except the disqualification win over Gonzalez, which may have been done to build up future matches between them. Fans would like to forget said Undertaker-Gonzalez program, arguably one of the lamest in Taker's career. Number 6. Undertaker couldn't stand Shawn Michaels. The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels did not see eye to eye during the days of the new generation, with HBK's prima donna attitude and political games rubbing The Undertaker the wrong way. Calloway and Yokozuna formed the Bone Street Crew to counteract the political influence of Michaels and the Clique. Undertaker's impatience hit a boiling point at WrestleMania 14 when he waited at the gorilla position to make sure Michaels dropped the WWF Championship to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Eventually, Michael's attitude changed and Taker warmed up to him, leading to their fantastic back-to-back series at WrestleManias 25 and 26. Number 5. His neck tattoo. Although the WWF didn't acknowledge Undertaker's status as an actual human being with a wife and family during his Deadman days, they did during his American Badass biker incarnation. After all, it was hard to ignore the Sarah tattoo on his neck that fans saw whenever he wrestled. Consequently, WWF incorporated Taker's marriage into the invasion angle when Diamond Dallas Page stalked The Undertaker's wife. After splitting with Sarah, The Undertaker had the tattoo removed and eventually married Michelle McCool from the Divas division. By the way, did you know that Sarah was The Undertaker's second wife? He was married and had a son prior to meeting her. Number 4. He's been pinned cleanly by some unlikely opponents. Part of The Undertaker's mystique has been the small number of opponents who have pinned him cleanly. It's helped to build up his mystique and give him the chance to give other wrestlers the rub when he did let them pin him, such as Brock Lesnar. However, 2 wrestlers who beat him cleanly are baffling in hindsight. Both Vladimir Kozlov and the Great Khali hold clean wins over the Deadman. Kozlov surprised the world during a 2009 episode of SmackDown when he powerslammed The Undertaker off the top rope, covering him for the win. Khali scored a win at 2006's Judgment Day after a big boot and a kick to Taker's head. Sadly, neither man's career went anywhere in the long run in spite of their wins. The fact The Undertaker did these 2 clean jobs speaks volumes to his willingness to be a company man, but also has us questioning Vince McMahon's sanity once again. Number 3. He killed his parents. When The Undertaker's brother Kane showed up during the Attitude Era, there were questions about who set the fire that killed The Undertaker's parents and left Kane a charbroiled mess. When Kane accused his brother, few fans believed him, particularly when Kane and Paul Bearer exhumed The Undertaker and Kane's parents and brought them out in a casket to torment The Undertaker. As despicable as these accusations and activities were, the WWF made things even crazier when The Undertaker came clean during a heel turn, revealing he had indeed torched the funeral home, killing his parents. Taker told Kane, "I set that fire. I set it because you were weak as a child and you're weak now, and we have no room for the weak. Only the strong shall survive." The Undertaker's confession to the premeditated murder went unpunished by law enforcement due to a little-known clause in the law, which states wrestlers can't commit crimes as long as they undergo trial by combat to resolve them. Number 2. He's killed people on TV. The Undertaker has the dubious record of having killed 2 people on pay-per-view and storylines. Well, let's clarify things. He had his henchman in the Ministry of Darkness hang opponent Big Boss Man after the WrestleMania 15 Hell in a Cell match. However, the Boss Man apparently got better as he showed back up on WWF TV. At 2004's Great American Bash, Taker threw the switch that drowned longtime manager Paul Bearer in cement. We're not even going to try to explain this one. The WWE backpedaled on the Bearer incident, stating he'd suffered catastrophic injuries, but that he'd survived. While this may seem unusual, keep in mind The Undertaker has been killed more times than Dracula, with an equal number of revivals. Number 1. Muhammad Hassan and those terrorists, masked men. Recently, stories surfaced that Muhammad Hassan was going to defeat Batista at SummerSlam to become the youngest World Heavyweight Champion in WWE history. As we know, things turned out much differently, largely due to an angle where Hassan summoned a group of masked men who resembled terrorists to take out The Undertaker during an episode of SmackDown. Coincidentally, terrorists bombed London's subway the same day the episode was scheduled to air. The WWE chose to air the episode in its entirety, and the incident drew criticism and outrage, which led to UPN, the network that aired SmackDown at the time, demanding the Hassan character go. As a result, WWE wrote him out at the Great American Bash with an injury angle, and the incident has been ignored ever since. Like any long-running character, there are a few inconsistencies in The Undertaker's career that don't mesh into the WWE's storyline. Nonetheless, he remains one of the greatest characters in WWE history, with Mark Calloway certain to be in the WWE Hall of Fame, with many speculating it'll be before the end of this decade.
If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe, and don't forget to let us know your opinion in the comments below.